Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel. Welcome to the Dice Tower. This is Week in Review, where we're talking about the different games we reviewed over the last week, give you short summaries of them, and then if you want to see the full video, all you have to do is click the links in the description. So, let's get started.
Hey everybody, I'm Zee Garcia. Here's what I reviewed last week. So I did another Unsung Gems for letter I. Check out that series if you haven't been following it. I've been covering all the letters of the alphabet, talking about games that don't get enough attention. And then I did 2 reviews. So I reviewed White Elephant, which I rated a 7 out of 10. And this is a game in which you are collecting sets in front of you on the table from a common pool, but you can pay someone else and steal everything in front of them. It's a neat little game. It's a good game for a big group. It plays up to 8. And it's got a sort of a whimsical theme. It works well. It's a quick playing game. And this is one I think is going to make my bag when I go to gaming get-togethers, in case there's a lot of folks and I want to play with everyone at the same time. And then I reviewed Murano Light Masters, which I also rate a 7 out of 10. And this one is a very abstracted game in which you are glass, workers, glass blowers, I guess. And you are completing orders that are in your hand with different little, bits of glass. They're plastic, and in it, you can manipulate what things you would acquire. You have a limited space in your workshop that you can keep, and you are trying to make the most money, the most lira in the game. It's neat. It's a little samey, perhaps. There's a lot of these kinds of games. Azul and Mandala Stones is a recent one. There's a lot of games that do this very attractive package in a very abstracted way, right? But this is a neat one. I think it works well, it scales well, and I enjoyed my time with it. So that's going to be it for me. I will see you on the next one.
Hey there, everybody. It's Mike DiLisio, and this week I was part of a Catchapalooza for Vindication, so if you're interested in that, you can check it out. But I also was doing some reviews. So first of all, I did a review for Aqua Garden, which is a charming little game about trying to have the best aquarium, and you do this by going around kind of a rondel circular board, collecting sea life, placing them into your tanks. Really a gorgeous aesthetic to the game, some wonderful wooden pieces, but a nice decision space for a small rule set as well. I gave that an 8.5 out of 10 and a seal of excellence. I also reviewed the solo mode for Merchant's Cove, a game I've actually done a lot of coverage over, but I hadn't reviewed the solo mode yet. It's a fantastic one. I even said excellent. I rated it an 8.5 out of 10 also. It is a card-driven system, very easy to manage, very easy to administer, and you can play as any of the Merchant's Cove characters against it, so really, really solid job on that one. All right, well, that's it for me this week. Let's keep it moving.
Okay, so for myself, at first I was like, wow, I'm kind of skewing high this week. I have a lot of highly rated games. And then I remembered I did a video of 7 inadequate games that I ranked fairly lowly. So then I had 8 games that I ranked high. And so we'll start with the 7s. First of all, we have the Night Cage. Now, the Night Cage, interestingly enough, is a game that I don't know that the game itself is amazing, but the theme is so strong it's enjoyable. It's a spooky game. You're locked in this cage in the dark, you and your fellow people, and you're crawling around in the darkness trying to find your way out. Very interesting game. Also, 28. This is from Mebo Games. It's about a Portugal line, 28, where you have these trolley cars. You're going around picking up passengers, dropping them off. It's done in a very nice, easy to get into style. It's the kind of game I wish they would make more of. Then let's go to the 8s. I took a look at the new Ascension expansion, Curse of the Isles. This is the second pirate-themed one, and it's more piratey goodness. This takes Ascension in a slightly different direction, but I like where it's going. Night of the Ninja is a solid social deduction game. I tend to not find these to be very samey. This one feels different. It's fast, it's fun, it's easy to get into. Really cool game. Land, Air, and Sea Critters at War is the sequel or redone version of Land, Air, and Sea, and this one has gone up for me as time goes by. This micro game just keeps getting better. 2-player, very fast back and forth. Necromolds is another game where the theme brings it out. At its core, it's a good, decent, but actually better than decent, a good miniatures game. You roll dice, you move around, you shoot at each other. But all your units are made out of clay, and when you kill your opponent's unit, you smash it. Very satisfying, hilarious fun for kids. All right, so those are my 8. We forgot Hibachi. Hibachi's a 7.5. This one here, we played this on the channel. You're just throwing poker chips onto a board and then trying to do an economic system, buying and selling ingredients to fulfill orders. It's a pretty short game. It's very esoteric, weird, but I found it to be fun. Then we have X-Men Marvel United. This is the sequel to Marvel United with the X-Men. It is better than the original, but it's also compatible with the original, so same thing. Still love this game. Very, very, very fun. And then we did a Catch-a-Palooza of Vindication. Vindication is still a 9 for me, and a fantastic game. I love this sandboxy game. Yes, we actually discussed the word sandbox a lot in the Catch-a-Palooza, but it's just a very entertaining game. The theme works for me, but at its core, it is a cube pusher, but I really, really love it. We also did some vlogs this week. Chris and Roy talked about Gen Con, so we got some videos from Gen Con, and we also took a look at the Dice Tower Retreat, or at least the first one that we did this year. We still have one more coming up, sponsored by Arcane Wonders very soon. I did 5 more great games, not the second time. We did crowd surfing, board game breakfast, look back, all that stuff is back. Check it out this week. A couple things to give you some heads up. There will be no week in review next week because this week is the Autumn Spectacular. The Autumn Spectacular starts in a few hours at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's going to be going all day, 3 days in a row. When that's over, we'll be taking a break just to give us some rest from the Autumn Spectacular, but that hasn't happened yet, and you are going to have a chance to watch so many games live. It's super exciting. Our schedule's up. You can check it out. We hope to see you then. But until next time, I'm Tom Vasel, and this has been Week in Review on the Dice Tower.